What's crack-a-lackin'? I'm Tabitha Brown, and you're in first quarter halftime with Isaiah and Sam. So let's get to it. What's on your mind, Sam?
Say the Baltimore against the Jets. Everybody will probably look at that game and wouldn't think it's, too much to it. But Joe Flacco, who used to be the current quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, he's probably going to get that start. So it'll be a very interesting game.
And another thing, too, that I meant to bring out, in football, in college, how they had the rankings?
Okay.
The pros, NFL have it's called the power index.
Right.
And their power index suck. It is unbelievable what they got. They got Buffalo number 1, which is okay. Green Bay, Los Angeles Rams, Kansas City, Tampa Bay is the first 5. They don't have Baltimore nowhere in it, and Baltimore is going to be there. The second 5 is Dallas, the Los Angeles Chargers, Indiana, Arizona, and Cleveland. How the hell they got Cleveland over somebody?
Yeah, right. Cleveland, I don't know how they got Cleveland there at all.
They got Cleveland number 10 with a backup quarterback that don't nobody know.
Because he's a backup.
Right, he a backup to a backup.
Oh my goodness. All right. So we are going to start talking about the predictions for week 1 NFL. Starting Thursday, September the 8th. Season starts off with Buffalo at Los Angeles. Isaiah doing alongside, so I think I'll go to you first, Sam. Sam, who you got?
Oh my goodness.
Everybody talks about the Super Bowl hangover and how the team normally wins and how they come back the next year. But I think Buffalo, they definitely have something to prove. So I'm going to go ahead and ride with Buffalo this game. But I feel like this game is definitely going to be down to that last possession, who may have the ball, a field goal type of game. But I'm going to definitely go ahead and ride with Buffalo.
Okay. All right. Isaiah.
Everybody in the world know the Rams my team because of Matthew Stafford, but his elbow is not 100%. And the only reason why I'm taking Buffalo because Buffalo is a good team.
Yeah, all around Buffalo?
Yeah,
over
Buffalo.
The Rams?
Over the Rams in Los Angeles at that. But Buffalo is a complete team, and they picking Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl. So.
Oh wow! Okay. So who's the backup quarterback for Los Angeles?
Well, Matthew Stafford's gonna play.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
Okay,
yeah, he's. Oh, I don't know who the backup. I don't know.
He's halfway injured, so he may not play all 4 quarters.
He's expected to.
Especially if he gets sacked a couple of times on that elbow.
Yeah, that's not gonna look good.
All right,
but he's gonna play.
I know they're gonna be going after that elbow, so I think I'm gonna go with Buffalo too.
Okay.
All right. So everybody going with Buffalo. We're moving on to Sunday. We're gonna start off with New Orleans at Atlanta. Sam, who you got?
I'm definitely gonna ride with New Orleans. I think Atlanta will probably be one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the NFL. They're definitely gonna be one of those bottom tier teams. But in week 1, anything is possible. Anybody can upset anybody in week 1, especially in the NFL. But I think the Saints, they got a pretty solid defense, a bunch of vets. They got a lot of their pieces back, like Michael Thomas. He should be back and healthy. They got Jameis Winston back. He definitely knows how to push the ball up the field. So even if this game is close, it is a divisional game, so two opponents that know each other. Even if it is close, I think the Saints can pull it out at the very end.
Okay. All right. So you did your research. What you have, Isaiah?
Oh, I'm going with the Saints too, and I'm hoping Jameis Winston had the year of his life because I'm so tired of him talking about Jameis Winston. The man will throw the ball downfield. And Atlanta don't have their quarterback no more. Their quarterback is gone to Indiana.
Yep, they got Marcus Mariota now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going with the Saints.
All right, and all of us going with the Saints. All right. San Francisco at Chicago. Chicago Bears. Who you have, Isaiah?
Ooh. I'm going with San Francisco. Do you know the football power index got Chicago last? He got Chicago last. Chicago's not going to be last. But I'm taking San Francisco in this game, although it's in Chicago.
Okay, you're going to take San Francisco.
Yeah.
Sam?
I'm going to go ahead and ride with San Fran as well. I think this game, in my opinion, I think it's going to start out kind of slow. You got Justin Fields, that's the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. This is his second year. And then you got the other quarterback, Trey Lance. This will be his first full year, hopefully. So I think the game will start out kind of slow for both the quarterbacks. But once they get some rhythm, I think San Fran will go ahead and pull away from those boys in the second half. So I'm going to take San Fran.
Okay. All right. And I think I'm going to go with Chicago. All right. Moving on to Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Who you have, Isaiah?
Yeah, see, this is another one that hurts too, because I love Pittsburgh, but Cincinnati, they coming off this Super Bowl run, and they might have even gotten better. So I'm gonna run with Cincinnati.
Isaiah, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Really? Over Pittsburgh?
Well, Pittsburgh, although Trubisky is going to be their starting quarterback, he's not no Roethlisberger. So, and like I say, Cincinnati is good. It's not like they're a weak team. They went to the Super Bowl and could have won the Super Bowl actually. But
game winning last drive.
Yep, I'm gonna ride with Cincy over Pittsburgh. I know how you like Tomlin and everything, but
that's my guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Pittsburgh. I think Mike T. I think he is definitely the best NFL coach, in my opinion. I think he is the best NFL coach. He's never had a losing season. And Cincinnati, the last few matchups, they have had the best of the Steelers, and I think Mike T might be able to get them this week. It's week one, like I said, anything is possible. And the Steelers normally play pretty well week one. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Steelers as an upset this week.
Okay. Yep. And I like Mike, so going with Pittsburgh. Philadelphia at Detroit. Who you got, Sam?
I actually want to take Detroit, but I'm gonna have to ride with the better overall roster. I'm gonna go ahead and take Philly. I think it'll be a pretty close game, but I think Detroit will do what Detroit does best: stick in the game, make it look like they have a chance, and towards the end of the game, something's just gonna go wrong, and Philly pull it off.
But they usually, the beginning part of the season, they usually get one or two games.
Do pretty well. They actually do pretty well. That's why I'm not. And they're
Look at him shaking his head. No, Isaiah, no.
The Lions was 0-4-5 last year. They didn't win a game till like week 8 or something like that. They don't ever do good at the beginning.
They do.
No, they was. Everybody thought they was going undefeated again, like they did in 2003.
Okay.
Was it 13 where they didn't win a game?
I take that. I'm wrong.
They didn't win a game.
I know who you taking.
Well, yeah, I'm taking Philadelphia, but in Detroit's in defense of Detroit, though, at the end of the game, they don't get no decent calls from the refs at all. They get hosed a lot. Yeah, they get hosed, and then they bring it up on ESPN how bad the refs treated them, and that's because they don't have no respect for Detroit because they've been a losing organization for a very long time. Yeah, so I'm gonna run with Philadelphia.
Okay, I'm going with Detroit. Got to get some respect on their name.
It's not a bad pick.
I'm going with Detroit. At Detroit, I'm going with Detroit. All right, New England at Miami. What you laughing at, Isaiah? What's funny?
Miami, they done gave Tua all this people to work with, and now he got the cheetah on his team. Number 10. What's his name? They call him the cheetah, but he's the fastest guy. Yeah, Tyreek Hill, and you can give him the ball at the 5-yard line, and he'll go down and run it all the way through. So he gone.
He gone. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run with them simply because they gave Tua a lot of ammunition to work with.
So you going with who? Miami?
Miami. Yeah.
Miami. Okay. Sam, who you going with?
I think this is gonna be a pretty good game. You can never count out Belichick. Like I
True.
say, he's definitely and arguably one of the best coaches in the NFL. Him and Mike Tomlin, Andy Reid. I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Miami. They are home. That's a major key for me, as well as New England never really plays Miami that well in Miami.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take Miami.
Okay. And I'm riding with Miami too. So all of us going to Miami. Okay. Baltimore at New York. Who you have, Sam?
Once again, I'm gonna go with Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, I think he's coming out, and I think he's gonna have a hell of a year this year. I think he's ready to get that money that he is well deserved. He's definitely looking for more guaranteed money, so I think he is going to come out and be doing a lot of Lamar Jackson type of things. I think he may start out slow, maybe not, but I think they'll end up breaking away in the second half and winning by almost 14 to 10 points.
Oh, okay. All right, you're giving us a point spread. Who you taking, Isaiah?
I'm taking Baltimore too. Although the only problem I have with Lamar Jackson, though, he doesn't have an agent, and he's trying to do everything himself.
On
Him
his
and his
own,
mom.
yeah.
Yeah, he and you know to get this contract, ain't nobody gonna get the contract that Deshaun Watson got, and he's trying to hold out to get one of those big contracts. And to make it so bad, the little guy from Arizona just got another big contract.
Yep,
So
Kyler Murray. Yep.
Yeah, Kyler Murray. He's trying to get those kind of contracts, and they offered him some money. He should have went on and took that money because he might get hurt, and if he get hurt, everything's out the window.
Yep,
Right.
especially the way he plays.
Yeah, the way he plays, because he runs for 100 yards every time.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna go with Baltimore. But I just hope that I hope he get what he can get, because he's one of the most valuable player, and he's a pretty good quarterback.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with Baltimore too. But speaking of Deshaun Watson, we could take up the whole video time to talk about that. Do you have anything to say about that, Isaiah?
Well, no, I mean it's over with as far as I'm concerned. They did 11 games, and then took $5 million from him. He can't be around the team until I think week 10 or something like that. And I just rather go ahead on and get it over with, because they talk about it on all the sports shows all the time. And I really do feel that regardless of what happened, somebody was going to have something to say. Everybody wanted him to get the whole year. Well, they tried to get the whole year, but these judges wouldn't go for it. So it is what it is. That was his punishment, whatever his punishment was, and just go ahead on and move on. He's not going to play until later on in the year anyway, unless they take some more games from him.
Okay, so at what point does it stop? I mean, they keep going back and forth to take games from him. At what point did it's like, okay, this is it. This is the fine, this is the penalty, and move on?
Well, what they're waiting on is for him, if he violate anything, like be in touch with the team and stuff like that, they could take the next 6 games from him too, and he'll be out the whole game. So what they're trying to do is get him to get out of the state so he won't be around the team. And then that way he'd be okay. He can come back around week 10 or something like that and start getting with the team. But they're hoping he mess up, but I'm hoping he don't. But it should be clear, and it should be over 11 games, $5 million, and go ahead on and move on.
Okay. What do you have, Sam?
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing to say about it?
Nah. But pretty much like Isaiah said, I'm glad they pretty much got it out of the way. They tried to give him 6 games, and everybody wanted more, which is understandable. So they ended up giving him the 11 games. Like he said, I'm just glad it's over with. I know Deshaun Watson is glad it's over with. I know he's probably just ready to get back on the field.
Okay. So I know the times are different now, but what's the difference between him and what happened with Ben Roethlisberger? I don't understand. Because wasn't he accused of like raping somebody?
Who, Ben Roethlisberger?
Yeah.
I never really knew everything that went on into that and stuff like that. But it's always going to be some unfairness, because most black men are guilty until they're proven innocent. And I don't know too much about what happened with Roethlisberger. I know it was a whole mess involved, and I don't know if he got suspended or not. I'm gonna have to do my research on that.
I think he was only suspended for 4 games, if I'm not mistaken. I can't quite remember it all, but I think he was only suspended for 4 games.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I'll check into that. But like I say, anytime that there's a brother involved, there's always, and I hate to say that, you never want to bring the race card in, but we are always guilty and we have to prove ourselves innocent. The thing with the Deshaun Watson case, all these people, it was 24, 25 of them, and they all settled out of court except one person. She's sticking to her conviction, which is good. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't convicted of anything. He went to 2 courts in Texas and wasn't convicted. Okay. So, I mean, I'd rather just leave that alone. But he's proclaiming his innocence. But they are saying that he with a couple of these women, they had consensual sex. So when stuff like that going, you just don't know who to believe. Either his head got big or whatever the case. I don't know. But all I know is I'm glad it's over, and I hope he just stay out of trouble. He got to do counseling as well too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But what we'll do on that Ben Roethlisberger, we'll research that and come up with some better stuff and find out really what happened.
Okay. So moving on to Jacksonville at Washington. Who you have, Isaiah?
I don't know who's gonna win this game. I have no idea, and I'm gonna go with Jacksonville. I don't even know who Washington quarterback is now. I'm gonna just say Jacksonville.
They got Carson Wentz now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they poor Carson Wentz. He'd have been on 3 teams in 3 different years.
Exactly.
So that means you going with Jacksonville?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
Sam, who you going with?
I'm gonna go ahead and grab this dime and just go ahead and flip a coin. I'm gonna probably just go ahead with Jackson. I'm gonna just go ahead with Jackson as well.
Yeah, because that's exactly what this is, a toss-up.
All right. So I guess I'll go on the other side. To the other side. I'll go to Washington. Yeah. Mm. All right. So Jacksonville, Sam and Isaiah, and I'll stick with Washington. Cleveland at Carolina.
Here we go.
I'm going with Baker. I don't know who y'all going with, but I'm sticking with Baker. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, it's going to be a good one. He got something to prove.
Exactly. That's why I'm going to go ahead and take the Panthers. I'm going to take the Panthers because Baker, he's at home, and I feel like he does have a little chip on his shoulder. If he shouldn't want to win and play very well in any other game this season, I'm sure it'll be this game, playing against his old team, how they let him go for Deshaun Watson, how we were just talking. So I'm going to go ahead and ride with the Panthers. I feel like they're going to be playing with a chip on their shoulder.
Okay. All right. Isaiah?
Yeah, I'm going to ride with Baker, too. You know, they talk about poor Baker. I mean, he was the #1 pick. But the man been in the league 5 years. He done had 4 different coaches, 4 different offensive coordinators. All this stuff goes on, and they constantly dog this man. He been hurt. He played hurt. He took Cleveland to their first playoff game and won. You know, Cleveland haven't done that, and they don't know. So
they don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna run with them, but you know, it's some material board stuff out. He was saying some stuff about Cleveland, so Cleveland defense is gonna be coming after him. But you know, I'm going with Carolina. I want them to win.
Okay. Cleveland and Detroit are the only 2 teams that haven't won a Super Bowl, right?
Yes, in the Super Bowl era, haven't even been to a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Haven't even been.
All right. Indianapolis at Houston. Who you have, Sam?
I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts. I think the game will start out kind of slow. The Colts, they like running the ball. They got 2 good running backs. Houston is not good at all. They should be one of those bottom-tier teams as well, like Chicago and Atlanta. I think they'll try to run the ball as much as possible. But like I say, I'll definitely go ahead and take the Colts. I think they'll be able to pull away in the second half as well. Those veterans be able to make the adjustments that Houston won't be able to make. And I think they'll be able to pull out the win.
Yeah, I'm going with Yeah, I'm going with Indiana too. I can't think of the quarterback that came from Atlanta. He's with Indianapolis Colts.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
Yes.
Matt Ryan.
Yes.
He's with them now. So that's why they got the Indiana Colts ranked 8 in the power ranking. Indiana Colts haven't been ranked that high in
in years, right?
All right, I'm
but
going with
Peyton Manning was over there.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna go with Indy too. New York at Tennessee. Sam, who you have?
I'm gonna actually go ahead and take New York as this is gonna be one of my upset games. I actually really do like Tennessee. I like their coach. If anything, I feel like he is a great coach. And then they can always rely on Derrick Henry. Just hand the ball off to him and let that grown man run. But I think New York are going to be a lot better than what people are expecting. And like I say, anything can happen in week 1. So I'm going to go ahead and take New York in this game as an upset.
Isaiah?
I'm going with Tennessee. They do not like Tennessee quarterback whatsoever. I can't think of his name either, but this guy, he'll come out and throw an interception the first pass of the game.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, Paul Tannehill. They talked about him. He threw an interception on first play of the playoff last year, and then came back and did the same thing after halftime.
Same thing.
Yeah, but I'm a run with Tennessee simply because they got that running back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and they at home. New York got to show me something first.
Okay. I think I'll do Tennessee just because they are at home. Honestly, I know nothing about neither one of them, so I'll go with Tennessee because they're at home. Green Bay at Minnesota. Isaiah.
I got to go with Aaron Rodgers. I'd run with Aaron Rodgers, although he lost his number one receiver, and he got all these receivers that can't run the right routes. But I'm gonna run with Green Bay.
Okay, Sam.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Minnesota this game. It wasn't a big lopside when it came to the favorites and the point spread. I think it's at 2 right now, and they're favoring Green Bay. But I'm gonna go ahead and take Minnesota. They're at home. They pretty much got all of their vets and their starters back on their offense. They got a couple of new guys on the defense. I believe they do have a new coach over there as well, I believe. But Minnesota always plays Green Bay well at home, just like how New England they don't play very well at Miami.
Okay.
They play very, very well against Green Bay at home, and it's a divisional game, so there are 2 opponents who know each other very, very well. So the game should be close. Aaron Rodgers, he's got all those new receivers, like Isaiah was saying. So I think it's going to be quite an adjustment for him. It's going to take him a little second to get back in his rhythm. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to go ahead and take Minnesota. I think they're going to upset them by maybe 3 to 7 points, maybe even a touchdown.
Okay. All right. And I'm sticking with Minnesota too. We have Kansas City at Arizona. Isaiah, who you have? Andy Reid.
That's going to be a good game.
It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm going with Kansas City, I don't know if their number one receiver is playing this game.
Yep, he is out. He's going to be out for, I believe he's suspended for 6 games.
Yeah, he can't lead with PEDs or something.
Yep.
Yeah, he keep getting busted. And the guy can play. He don't need all that. But I'm gonna go with Kansas City.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Kansas City as well. Like Isaiah just said, a lot of that's got to do with their Arizona's number one receiver being out. I feel like that's gonna have a big toll on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Kansas City.
Well, even if he was in, I'm still going with Andy Reid. That's my coach.
Definitely one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Yeah, right after Mike. But Andy, I still love him the way he treated Mike Vick.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Vick is my GOAT. I just want y'all to know.
He the only one gave him a chance after all of that.
The only one.
The only one. I love me some Mike Vick. He's the GOAT to me. Vegas at, okay, let me do this again. Las Vegas at Los Angeles. Who you have, Sam?
I'm going to take the Chargers in this game simply because this is the same game that ended the season off last year. The Raiders were the reason why the Chargers didn't make the playoffs. If they would have just taken a knee or missed that field goal, both teams would have made the playoffs, but unfortunately they made the kick and sent the Chargers home. And the Chargers are expected to be one of those top dog teams. So I think they should start off pretty good early. And I'm going to take the Chargers.
Okay. Isaiah?
Yeah, I'm running with the Chargers too. They coach be killing me though. It'd be 4th down and 15. He'll go for it. He be killing me with that stuff. I mean, nobody does that.
You say at 15, you're going backwards, man.
Right. He'll go for it in a heartbeat too.
Oh my God.
But I'm gonna go with them because they got them picked to be number 7. So I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Chargers.
Okay. I guess I'll follow along. I'll go with Los Angeles Chargers too. Last one for Sunday, Tampa Bay at Dallas. Whoa. That's the evening game.
They're in Jerry's world.
Who you have, Sam?
I'm gonna stick to my routine that I've had for almost the last 3-4 years. When it's coming to Brady, I just don't see how you bet against him. One of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. And you got a Dallas team that's not bad. They're not too good. I think their offensive line is a little banged up. So I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
Okay. Isaiah?
Yeah, I'm going with them too. Although they be killing me with Dallas with the American team, I just don't know where they get that.
Where do they get that from? I do not understand where that comes from.
Right, and they always talking about Dallas. Dallas ain't did nothing since 1995.
Literally,
they got people that wasn't even born then.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm going with Tampa Bay too. Because I just think they're a better team than Dallas.
Okay. Oh, Tom Brady didn't look too hot. I don't know. I don't know if he had a long season off or what. He didn't look the greatest when he did the interview.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think this might be it for him. This finally might be it.
Is it catching up to him? I'm hoping he's not sick. If he is, wish him well. But I guess I'll go with Tampa Bay too. Only because. Go ahead.
I hope he don't take that hit that I've been talking about, because when he take that hit, you better believe Thursday is going to be a press conference.
Yeah, like due to the injuries I sustained.
I'm going to have to give up the game that I love and start crying.
Give up the game. Oh my, that's so dear to my heart. Okay. All right. Last game of week 1 for the NFL. Denver at Seattle.
Monday night
football. What's gonna happen, Sam?
I think it'll be a good game. Everybody's gonna be watched in. Everybody who, if you like sports even a little bit, I feel like you're gonna be tuned in to this game. Like I say, it's Monday night. I think it'll be a pretty good game. I think it'll be a lot closer than what people are expected. But I feel like Russell Wilson will definitely come out and get the job done.
Okay, so you're going with Denver?
Yes.
Gotcha. Isaiah?
Oh, I'm going with Denver. Denver going to win by about 20 points.
20 points? 20 points, Isaiah?
They're going to put it on Seattle defense.
They're going to put their foot. Okay. All right.
Because their defense lost a lot of key players.
A lot.
Okay.
Yeah, they lost a lot of key players. So I'm looking for Russell Wilson to go in there and prove his coach. See, y'all shouldn't have let me go.
So you going by 20 points. Sam, you got a point spread?
For Monday night, I'm gonna go 27-17. I think they'll beat them by 10.
27-17.
I
Okay.
could definitely see them beating them by 17 points, and then I think Seattle will go ahead and get one of those late garbage touchdowns. You know, one of those late touchdowns where it really doesn't matter. He'll get one of those late tugs, and it'll look a lot better on the stat sheet than the game really was. So I'm gonna go 27-10.
27-10 or 27-17?
I'm sorry, 27-17. I'm sorry.
27-17. Okay. All right. I'm not picking a point spread, but I am going with Russell Wilson. Okay. All right. We got it.
NFL this year, there's no clear-cut winner. Everybody talking about Buffalo because Buffalo do have a good team. It should be very interesting to see. I think this Thursday night game is going to be the Super Bowl preview. I think those two teams are going to be in the Super Bowl.
You think?
Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all.
Buffalo and Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think that's.
You think they're going to be in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we could do that early. We can make Super Bowl predictions and stuff. So I'm saying Buffalo and the Los Angeles Rams gonna be in the Super Bowl.
Okay, I got you. All right, I want to see that. I want to see if that happens. You will be the GOAT, Isaiah, if that does happen. That's all I got to say. All right. Is that it, you guys? Anything else? No, we're done. Close out.
Yeah.
Done.
See you next week.
Okay.
Yep. See you guys next week.
All right. That's all we have for you today, folks. This is Tabitha, and you're in first quarter halftime with Isaiah and Frank. See you next week.